Hello and welcome to WCBN Sports live coverage of Michigan women's basketball as we're moments away from tip-off here at the Crisler Center. Michigan taking on Penn State. We apologize for the no score bug today. We had some technical difficulties getting that set up, so we're just going to have to try to keep you informed with our voices. My name's Kelin Flynn. Alongside me, Ryan Dolson. Charlie Brigham might be hopping on later in the broadcast, and we are ready to go. Michigan Wolverines, Penn State Nittany Lions.
Sure to be an exciting one, that's for sure.
Michigan looking to bounce back after a tough road loss against Ohio State on New Year's Eve. Tip is up, and away we go. Tip back towards Penn State, and it careens out of bounds. Last touch by the Nittany Lions. Michigan takes over.
No one really getting possession of that one, tipping back and forth, as you said, before it goes out of bounds. Michigan decided to getting the chance to pass that one in. Allie
Brigham won the tip for Penn State. Michigan with their usual starting five of Felia, Kaiser, Leah Brown, Cameron Williams goes up and under, can't get it to fall, and then Maddie Nolan rounds out the starting five for Michigan.
Not quite a good look for the Wolverines there. Ball just floats out a little bit.
Wide open in the corner.
Decides not to take it, however.
Passes it up, and Penn State will reset their offense with 12 on the shot clock. Stepping back is Marissa. Marissa dumps it inside. And that's a basket good. Kapanis goes up strong and gets it to go. Some three-quarter court pressure now in effect from the Nittany Lions.
For sure.
Leah Brown's trapped in that top corner. Fouls called.
That one.
Shania Pinto called for the foul, the 6'1" senior forward. Her first foul of the game.
21 seconds, still plenty of time left on the shot clock. Wolverines down 2-0 to Penn State. Pass around, trying to get an open look. There's a three ball. Not going to go in, but the offensive rebound.
No good. Maddie Nolan steps back and can't get it to fall. Layla Felia pokes it out of bounds, and Penn State will regain possession. 2-0 Nittany Lions. Just under 9 minutes of play to go in the first quarter.
Penn State currently coming off a 2-game win streak, beating Big Ten opponent Rutgers on December 30th and as a home game for their last victory.
Inside, next catch by Brigham. Hauls it in with the fingertips and puts it up for a deuce. And Michigan going to continue to have to fight that pressure. Felia into the lane, goes up, draws contact. She'll head to the line for 2 free throws.
That's a nice little layup there. Does not go in, but it does not matter. She draws the foul. Foul going to be called on Pinto for the Nittany Lions, number 10. That'll be Penn State's second foul of the day.
And Layla Felia at the charity stripe. First free throw is up and good. Felia, pretty good free throw shooter on the season. Just under 80% from the line.
She drains both shots. 4-2, Penn State lead.
And about 8:24 and counting in the first quarter. Penn State looking to continue to attack. There's a corner three, and it's good. That was Thompson checking into the game and knocking down a three.
Penn State continuing the three-quarters press. Leaving some Wolverines.
Felia pump fakes, pull up short corner Jay. Won't go. Offensive rebound for Kaiser. Kaiser kicks it out to Maddie Nolan on the opposite corner, and she splashes home a three. Maddie Nylon puts one in from beyond the arc, cutting the Penn State lead to 2. And just like that, Michigan claps right back with a three of their own inside. Another three for Thompson from the opposite corner, just a touch long, and Leah Brown hauls in the rebound. Brown pounds the rock. Maddie Nolan, another three from the corner. It's good.
Wide open three right there. Penn State might have to reconsider this three-quarters press because they're leaving her wide open with that one.
And Michigan continues to make them pay, just like you said, Ryan. Maddie Nolan Very adept, one of the best in the country at knocking down the long ball. Leah Brown grabs the rebound, slings a one-arm pass down the court. Ophelia couldn't quite control it. Back to Nolan in the corner. Nolan tried to
pop the best pass
quick
there.
Pass inside to Cameron Williams. In transition come the Nittany Lions. Tough shot on the break. Well defended by Leah Brown. That was Shay Shesky. Ophelia flips it up too much, but she draws another whistle and will head to the line for 2 more free throws.
That shot goes up and over the backboard there. Did not touch an inch of it. But as you said, heading up to the line. 3rd foul of the day for the Nittany Lions. That one's going to be called on Brigham for Penn State first.
That's
Wolverines up 8-7.
Drops in the first free throw. A couple substitutions for Penn State. Anna Camden checks in, as well as Alexa Williamson.
That free throw there bounced on every inch of the rim before hopping in.
And Ophelia, quick 4 points from the line. Ophelia and Maddie Nolan combined for 10 early. Elise Stuck checks in for Cameron Williams. And Michigan's up 3 early, 10-7, 6:45 to go in the first quarter.
Penn State taking this one slow. Seemed the last couple drives they were very eager to try to catch this team off guard, but I think they understand that's just not going to be working for them long term.
Camden flips it up to the top of the key. That's Kapunas. Drops it inside to Williamson, and Alexa Williamson finishes for a deuce.
Nice little layup there by Williamson.
Kaiser and Brown break the full court press. Maddie Nolan in the corner. She's doubled. And another pass from Maddie Nolan that goes awry. Turnover. Penn State takes over. And they've started to clamp down hard on those corners, forcing Michigan to make tough passes.
Definitely. They have not let up on that press, but as you just said, toughening up those corners, making sure that Nolan is not going to get those wide open threes.
Whistle blows. Looks like it was an offensive foul
on Kapunas for Penn State. That'll be her first and Penn State's 4th. Wolverines still no fouls on the day, holding on to a 10-9 lead with about 6 minutes remaining.
Leah Brown hits the deck. Kapunas and Brown both going for a loose ball there. Leah Brown a little bit slow to get up, and that's another quick foul on Kapunas. Leilani Kapunas, the redshirt sophomore, 5'10" guard, second leading scorer on the team for Penn State, so those quick fouls definitely
gonna come back to bite them much later in the game.
Yeah, you've got to take a seat on the bench against the really good Michigan team, and it's tough to go on the road and upset a team that's ranked significantly higher than you when one of your leading scorers is riding time.
Wolverines already in the bonus. 5 fouls for Penn State coming in here, barely 4 minutes into the game. Meanwhile, the Wolverines still with 0 as they drain both free throws, take a 12-9 lead. 5:50 remaining in this first quarter.
McKenna Marissa, guarded by Felia at the top of the key there at the block M. Decides not to use the screen, flips it into the corner. And a switch. Kaiser now on to Shesky.
Looking for somebody open, can't seem to find her.
Anna Camden attacking, kicks it back out. McKenna Marissa will pull a 3, won't go. Rebound to Elise Stuck. Stuck flips it up to Brown. Brown's going to push it. No look pass to the corner for Felia. Felia drives baseline. Nice crossover to Stuck. Stuck to Nolan in the corner. Maddie Nolan can't hit it. And Elise Stuck fights for the offensive rebound, and Nolan comes flying in to grab it. Leah Brown a 3, won't go.
Didn't get all of it that time on the 3, but of course, great play, great rebound, great play, making it stay in bounds after it seemed like it was going out.
Michigan had the shot opportunities, just couldn't quite get them to fall. Score is 12-9. Wolverines up 3 with 5 minutes played in the first quarter. Shesky. And they're going to double. Gets through the double, kick out. And the Wolverines decide to leave.
That was Thompson, I believe, who had that nice little layup. Wolverines got the rebound, but Penn State steals it right back.
Marissa flips one up from just inside the free throw line, and it's good for a pair. 12-11 Michigan with 4:30 to go. Stuck, getting down quickly in transition.
Wolverines coming up on nearly no field goals made in the last 3 minutes. Of course, they have made several free throws in that time, but still not an ideal stat.
Filia flips it out to Stuck. Stuck buries the short corner J. And at least Stuck extends the Michigan lead to 3. 4 minutes to play in the first. Deep three from McKenna Marissa.
Don't necessarily know what she was thinking with that one. Wolverines grabbed the rebound, however.
Brown's going to push it. Inside, Kaiser got it to go. Emily Kaiser's first bucket in the contest. And she's been a dominant force for Michigan this season. One of the leading scorers in the Big Ten.
Beautiful little look from her right there.
Inside, it's Thompson. Thompson
nearly loses control of the ball there.
Up to McKenna Marissa, the leading scorer for Penn State. Crossover guarded by Filia. Flips it out to Camden. And a Camden, a three won't go. And that ball is tipped out by Penn State. Michigan will take over possession after the media timeout. With the first media timeout, 3:29 to play in the first quarter. Michigan up 5, 16-11. Ryan, what has Michigan done that you really like so far today?
Michigan really adapted to that, 3 quarters full court press. You could see that it initially caught them off guard. Wasn't really too sure, but they were finding players open in the corners. In the second, Penn State tried to start locking that down. They were finding other ways to score. Great ways of drawing fouls. Really, some really good play. Really, Penn State's just had a couple really sloppy fouls, a lot of really sloppy looks, sloppy passes, and the Wolverines are really cracking down on taking advantage of those opportunities. So that's what I'm really liking so far.
And I think on the flip side of that, Penn State's done a nice job of making Michigan uncomfortable in certain situations. Just they haven't been able to capitalize every time.
For sure, definitely. It is Kids Day here at Crisler Arena. 14 Michigan Wolverines taking on Penn State in a crucial Big Ten matchup. I have to say, I believe Penn State made the very first 3 they shot, and it just has not been easy pickings for them for the rest of it. They've been 1 for 5 from the 3-point line. Many times they've had wide open looks, or in their last 3 they just took, it was really just kind of shot up there like a prayer. I think Penn State's really hoping to start draining those threes if they want a chance at getting back in this game. Still only down by 5, however.
And McKenna Marissa, she's the leading scorer for Penn State, averaging just under 19 points a game on the season. And so she has the ability to shoot the long ball with ease, but just hasn't quite shown that from that range. It's a tough shot to hit, whoever you are. Still in this media timeout.
Taking quite a minute. Of course, this is both teams' first game of the new year. Happy 2023 to all listening. Thank you so much for tuning in to WCBN Sports here today.
Very happy to be with you, and we're excited to get back on the court now. Marissa shooting it really well from beyond the arc this season, nearly 46%. So you've got to imagine that's going to start to turn around.
Don't see these these wide open misses from Penn State being sustainable in the long term, but we'll have to see.
Full court pressure from the Nittany Lions.
Definitely a very interesting choice. Wolverines have really seemed to adapt to that most games, so interesting to see if they decide to keep it up for all 4 quarters.
Good, a comp shooter has checked into the game. And Layla Filia.
Time running out on the shot clock, only less 4 seconds remaining. Gonna have to put a shot up.
Flip it up here. Filia, deep 3, won't go. Rebound, saved by Camp Schrader.
Saved from going out of bounds. Wolverines get the ball back yet again.
Go to Camp Schrader, the Oregon State transfer. Been a nice addition to this Wolverine lineup. 8 seconds, shot clock running down again, and there's a turnover. Nice.
Some very suffocating D being played by the Nittany Lions right there. Very impressive. Wolverines just could not get any looks that they liked.
Great job by Anna Camden playing the passing lanes for Penn State. It's Marissa McKenna swinging it up to the top of the key for Shesky, guarded by Maddie Nolan. Michigan's played great defense as the shot clock runs down to 6. Whistle blows. And they'll call a foul. Looks like that'll be on Maddie Nolan for a block.
That'll be the Wolverines' first foul of the game.
Scratch that. They'll call it on Stuck. 16-11. Michigan still up 5. 2:15 to go in the first quarter. Emily Kaiser checks back into the game for Michigan. And Kyra Evans and for Cameron Williams for Michigan. Penn State will inbound from the baseline. And that pass is knocked
bit
away
of a collision there.
Maddie Nolan in transition. She's blocked from behind by Marissa McKenna. Nice play by the senior guard. Thompson in the lane. Goes up strong. Can't get it to fall. And Kyra Evans comes off the bench and snags a rebound early. Michigan looking to push the other way. Maddie Nolan finds Leah Brown at the elbow. Brown loves to work in this area. Fade away. It's good. Leah Brown.
Beautiful little fadeaway jumper right there.
Such a tough shot from the mid-range. Leah Brown makes it look easy. Michigan extends their lead to 7.
Wolverines on a 6-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes here. Meanwhile, Penn State has not scored in the last 3.
Shesky a 3 after McKenna splits the double team. McKenna Marissa.
Beautiful way to end that little cold streak for the Nittany Lions, draining that 3 right
no
there.
Look pass to Maddie Nolan. Corner J won't go. Leah Brown distributing masterfully so far this January afternoon. Shesky gonna drive baseline. Whistle blows. And they'll call that on Kaiser. Not a lot of contact there. Kaiser
not.
Doesn't agree with that call, but still just going to be a baseline out of bounds opportunity for Penn State. 1:07 to go. Scores 18-14. Michigan leads.
Penn State inbounding this pass. Seems like she just can't find the player she's looking for.
Nittany Lions looking to attack here inside. Layup is up and good. That's Pinto with her first bucket of the game for Penn State. Kaiser has it at the block M. Inside to Leah Brown in that mid-range area where she loves to operate. Floater won't go, just a bit strong. Fighting for that rebound, but Pinto battling inside with Brown. Kyra Evans draws a foul 90 feet from the basket on Michigan. Leah Brown's not happy.
That one is going to be called on Brown, I believe. 42.9 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Wolverines holding on to a 2-point lead. Penn State with the ball.
Chesky has it at the top of the key, guarded by Camp Schrader. Brigham has it. Back up top to Camden. Anna Camden, guarded by Kaiser. Nice backdoor cut from Chesky. She'll step back from the free throw line and bury it and one. Count that baby in a foul.
Penn State with a chance to take the lead here from the Wolverines, going on a quick 7-0 run in the last minute, making all 3 of their last 3 shots. Just as it looks like Michigan's starting to pull away early, Penn State bouncing right back with all the right responses.
Shay Chesky, a 76% free throw shooter, can't get it to drop, but Marissa McKenna snags the offensive rebound, and Penn State will get a chance to hold for the last shot as the shot clock is turned off. 15 seconds and counting left in the first quarter.
Penn State with the chance to take the lead right before this quarter ends. 5 seconds left on the clock. They're going to have to get something up, but clearly they're just not liking any of their opportunities.
Steps back in the corner and hits it at the buzzer. Shay Chesky steps back in the corner and sinks it. Penn State up 21-18. Through one quarter of play. Excellent shot making down the stretch for Penn State, Ryan.
Sure, really ugly end of the first quarter played there by Michigan. Nothing really going for them. Some great shot selection by Penn State, all of them going in. Wolverines were up by 7 or so, and suddenly over the course of a minute and a half, Penn State taking the lead right here, 21-18 at the end of the first quarter. Seems like everything is going right for that Nittany Lions squad. Several questionable, perhaps, fouls called on the Wolverines. Many of them justified, but a few of them maybe not so much, as they get to take the lead here. Great offensive rebounds. Wolverines just not getting the looks they wanted. Penn State getting the ones they did.
Sheshesky leading the way for Penn State offensively. She has 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting from the field, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc. Penn State, you talked about it, Ryan. They weren't shooting it too well early. They bumped that percentage up to 43% from downtown. So Michigan now down 3 through 1 quarter of play. Maddie Nolan lead scoring for Michigan. She has 2 triples. For the Wolverines, Michigan 25% in that first quarter from beyond the arc, but they haven't missed a free throw yet, which is a big positive.
No, they have not. Just not, as I said, just not the way they wanted the first quarter to end, but still plenty of game left to play. Penn State just seeming to go red hot right at the right moment.
If you're just tuning in, thank you for following WCBN Sports Live coverage of Michigan women's basketball. Pleasure to have you with us today. Michigan down 3, 18-21 through 1 quarter of play. Penn State on a big run to end the first quarter. They edged the Wolverines through 1. Hot 3-point shooting down the stretch for the Nittany Lions gave them the lead, and Michigan's going to look to bounce back. Again, we apologize for no score bug today. We've had some technical issues getting that set up, so it'll just be me trying to update you throughout the game frequently. Bear with us as we work through some of those issues.
End of this little intermission between first and second quarter happening. Second quarter getting ready to begin in just a moment.
Ryan, in the second quarter, we've seen Michigan have a lot of success at the free throw line. Do you think Michigan needs to be more aggressive in getting to the free throw line in the rest of this game?
Definitely seems like they were to start off that first quarter. It was a really back and forth foul battle, as before Michigan even clocked in their first foul, Penn State already had 5 coming in the first 5 minutes of the game, and immediately Michigan bouncing back with 4 fouls to call their own. Really allowed Penn State to get back into this game. Excuse me. Penn State starting off with the ball in the quarter.
McKenna Marissa flips it over to Anna Camden. Camden pulls a 3 from the left wing, won't go. Physical rebound by Leah Brown. Brown will push it with pace in transition. Camp Schrader in the short corner, near side. She's doubled by Camden and Brigham. Leah Brown defended well by Thompson. Gets through a screen. Nowhere to go. Layla Felia has it. Miscommunication defensively lets Felia right down into the lane. She can't get it to go, but an offensive rebound from Kaiser keeps the possession alive. Felia, she'll rip a corner 3 and hits it. Layla Felia knocks us back up at 21.
21 apiece. Great way to start off the quarter. Wolverines really needed that big response, and that's exactly what they got there.
Shesky into the lane, flips it out to Camden in the corner. Camden guarded by Emily Kaiser. Patiently waiting, swing it up to the top of the key. Shesky guarded by Leah Brown. Flip shot underneath, won't go. And a whistle blows.
I believe that one's going to be called against Penn State. First personal foul indeed going to be called against. Not quite sure who that was. That one's going to be called on Camden.
Maddie Nolan checks back into the game for Michigan as this 3-quarter court pressure for Penn State persists. Leah Brown directing traffic from that big block M at midcourt. Felia over to Brown on the near side wing. Nice pass to Layla Felia in the short corner. She'll shoot it and hit it. Layla Felia opening the second quarter for Michigan with 5 straight points. She's 2 of 2. Michigan with a 23-21 lead, 8:20 and counting in the first half.
Beautiful little jumper she had right there.
Anna Camden at the high post gets it poked away, forced to feed it inside to Allie Brigham. Brigham guarded by Cameron Williams. Tania Thompson inside to Brigham. Brigham cross-court pass to Shesky, and she knocks home another triple. Shay Shesky's got 3 threes to start off this game. Has not missed from beyond the arc yet. Wolverines got to close out.
For sure, they got to lock that one down. Really can't let Penn State get back into this one right when you're starting to play really smart.
23-24, Penn State with a 1-point advantage. 7:48 to go in the second quarter. Michigan will inbound from the baseline.
Second personal foul going to be called on Brigham right there. Again, that happened to, I'm forgetting the player's name, that have another Penn State player in the first quarter, so they definitely got to be really careful about those back-to-back
Inside,
fouls.
Kaiser draws a foul on McKenna Marissa. The senior guard will be whistled, and Emily Kaiser heads to the free throw line.
That one's going to be called against Marissa. I believe, as you just said, for Penn State, that is their third foul of the quarter already. Barely coming in to 2 minutes in this quarter, 7:42 still remaining here.
Emily Kaiser, one of the best free throw shooters on the Michigan team, shoots at just over 80% from the line.
She is going to miss that first one. In and out on that free throw.
Classic announcer's jinx there.
Of course.
And Kaiser splashes home the second.
Tie ball game here at 24 apiece. Penn State with the ball.
Shay Shesky has it. Gets around a screen from Camden and a double dribble called. Shay Shesky's played a really clean game up to this point, but a turnover there will grant Michigan possession. Still pressure just over half court from McKenna Marissa. Leah Brown handling it. Crosses over half court. Alyssa Crockett into the game for Michigan. Layla Filia gets around a defender inside. She'll head back to the free throw line for 2 more. Layla Filia, her 5th and 6th free throw attempts in the game pending. She's done an excellent job of being aggressive early, and she leaves the Wolverines with 9 points with a chance for 2 more at the line.
Williamson on Penn State going to be calling for her first foul there. Much like the very first quarter, Penn State starts off with just foul after foul after foul. They already have 4 in this quarter.
First free throw is good from Layla Filia. 5 for 5 on the afternoon. Layla Filia's development been a huge bright spot for this Michigan team this season. Been a real difference maker for this team and really helped offset the loss of Naz Hillman. It's been a number of players stepping up, but Layla Filia's really stepped up into a much bigger role for this Michigan team. She
drains the second shot. Wolverines with a 2-point lead here now. 26-24, coming up on about 7 minutes left in the quarter.
Inside, it's knocked away. McKenna Marissa winds up with the ball in her hands and will reset it. Tania Thompson rips a mid-range J, and it's gonna bounce off the iron, but foul called on Layla Filia, so Tania Thompson will get a chance for 2 at the charity stripe.
That'll be the Wolverines' first foul of the quarter.
Aisha Dia checks into the game for Penn State, and at Camden will take a seat. Thompson at the line for Penn State. Her first free throw is up and good.
Absolutely drains that one.
Second free throw on the way. Just under 7 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Penn State knots it up at 26 apiece. Both free throws good from Thompson.
Wolverines launch the ball down the court.
And Maddie Merwin flips it up and in. Great job attacking that pressure from Penn State, making them pay. Back to a 2-point Michigan lead.
Beautiful little assist there. Great pass down court. Saw something that Penn State was not keeping an eye on.
And a travel called that time on Alexa Williamson. Michigan takes over possession. 6:30 to go. Michigan up 2. 28-26. Crockett flips it into Leah Brown, and she'll lead the Michigan offense. With the departure of Amy Dilk, not a true point guard on this team, and Leah Brown stepped up to become more of a playmaker for this Michigan team. Working in the mid-range area, flips it out to Crockett inside. Emily Kaiser, hard double brought, a triple team, and a travel's called. The Nittany Lions clamping down hard inside on Emily Kaiser, the leading scorer for Michigan.
For sure, she could not find anything really in that triple team right there. Travel ended up being called. Smart defensive play by Penn State there.
Kaiser averaging nearly 18 points a contest, so no surprise that Penn State wants to get the ball out of her hands inside. She's been so effective down low for Michigan.
She's got 3 on the day so far.
Nolan with great defense on Shea Shesky so far. The leader of this Penn State offense so far. Pull-up J, rims in for Tania Thompson. She's having a solid start to this game, 7 points.
Penn State tying it up at 28 apiece, 5:30 remaining here in the second quarter.
Cross-court pass into the corner. Crockett rips a 3, won't go. Doesn't catch anything, just falls right into the outstretched hands of Tania Thompson.
A little too much energy on that one.
5:18 to go and counting. 20 on the shot clock for Penn State. Tie ball game, 28 apiece. Pull up J from the short corner is good. Shesky, she's got 13 in the first half for the Nittany Lions. Hot start, 5 of 7 from the field.
Wolverines got to find a way to shut her down if they want to pull this one away. It's been a very back and forth first half.
Nice cut by Crockett. Kaiser top of the key. Maddie Nolan, corner J, short. Maddie Nolan's got to be kicking herself there. She's had a couple of open opportunities that she hasn't been able to drop.
Wolverines 3 for 11 beyond the stripe here today. Feels like they started out red hot from those threes, and again, since then, nothing really coming.
And Michigan in the bonus now. Immediate timeout, 4:47 to play. In the first half, Michigan down 2, 30-28. Been a real back and forth contest early. Both of these teams fighting hard. Penn State been red hot from the field, shooting at 55% from the field so far, 44% from 3. Michigan, they've been great from the free throw line, 90%, but 38% from the field, 27% from 3. Those numbers are going to have to come up if Michigan wants to win.
Shesky for the Penn State Nittany Lions gets her first foul of the day. As we said, she has 13 points for this Nittany Lions squad as the Wolverines head into their bonus for the second quarter. Still 4:47 remaining as Penn State holding on to a 2-point lead. Very back and forth game, I have to say. Penn State holding the edge right now. Wolverines always seem to bounce back, start to take the lead, and then there's Penn State right there with a great look to tie the game back up or to even reclaim their lead. Wolverines got to start playing a bit more lights out, shut them down, stop letting them get back into this one, stop letting them, take the lead as they have.
And Ryan, what does Michigan need to do specifically to stop that from happening?
I think definitely, as we said, they got to shut down number 4, Shea Shesky. I hope I'm not pronouncing that wrong. I should probably look at the pronunciation guide in here. She's just getting great, wide open shots. I think Wolverines definitely need to start, draining some of those threes. They've had a lot of really great wide open looks, especially from Brown, I believe, who's just not really getting those threes. No, Nolan, has had several great looks from beyond the stripe that just aren't going her way exactly. I think that's a really crucial factor, and I think especially got to be grabbing some more of those defensive rebounds.
Just under 5 minutes to play in the half. Hard-fought battle for both teams so far.
Absolutely.
And like you talked about, Ryan, it's been Shea Shesky that's dominated so far for Penn State, carrying the load offensively. 13 points on 5 of 7 shooting, 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. Number 4 in blue's been red hot today.
Penn State.
Her backcourt mate, McKenna Marissa, 0 of 3 from beyond the arc. She, coming into this game, like we talked about earlier, been shooting nearly 46% from three-point range. She's been held to only 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting. Emily Kaiser buries the first free throw to cut the Penn State lead to 1. And Michigan continuing to be aggressive this game, getting to the free throw line. Second free throw won't go for Kaiser, uncharacteristic of her to be splitting her free throw attempts. 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. But Michigan 12 free throw attempts to Penn State's 3.
It's definitely been a key deciding factor here in this game.
Great look inside from Shea Shesky to Allie Brigham. Nice pass. Brigham was wide open on that right block.
Penn State getting a 3-point lead here now, up 29-32.
Leah Brown inside, kicks it out. Maddie Nolan inside to Hobbs. Hobbs in the corner, probing. Kaiser, top of the key. Looking, Leah Brown trying to get positioning inside. Up top to Felia. Felia with a running start, gets into the lane, flips it up, won't go. Layla Felia's missed a couple of those today.
Couple really easy layups like that you'd really expect to go in, just not going the Wolverines' way, as it were.
It's a tougher shot than it looks, but as there's a pass that is wildly thrown out of bounds by the senior point guard, Marissa.
Wolverines, no field goals made in the last 3 minutes as we head on to 3:45 remaining here in the second quarter. Wolverines still down 3.
Leah Brown at midcourt, guarded by Marissa. Directing traffic, finds Hobbs. Hobbs on the right wing to Maddie Nolan as it's poked away by McKenna Marissa. And Maddie Nolan with a fantastic chase down block in transition. All ball from Maddie Nolan, playing some defense. Excellent chase down block.
For sure. Ball is going to go out of bounds, stay down here with Penn State, but that's a beautiful little block.
And that's a free 2-point save from the excellent hustle by Maddie Nolan and the athleticism to go up and the coordination to catch it cleanly. Excellent play from number 3, Tania Thompson. And the ball now in the hands of who else? Shea Shesky, guarded by Nolan. Inside, pull up Jay, and it goes. Shea Shesky cannot miss.
She is having an incredible game. Cannot believe the great looks she's having. She's got 15 on the day. Wolverines down by 5 here. Under 3 remaining here in the second quarter. Wolverines need to get something going here on this drive.
And it's Kaiser to Cameron Williams. Williams inside, won't go.
Nothing going for this Wolverine squad.
And
very uncharacteristic.
Very inefficient, especially around the rim today. Anna Camden inside to Brigham. And the travel called on number 1 in blue. Michigan takes over, down 5, about 2:30 to play here in the first half. Michigan's got to chip away at this lead.
For sure. Can't go into the end of the second quarter here, just
and a tough basket there from Leah Brown.
But a nice little roll-in right there ends the Wolverines' scoring drought, desperately needed, as to say.
Leah Brown just flips it in inside. And that's a pass that's thrown right into the outstretched hands of Emily Kaiser. Brown in transition. Tough shot, got it to go, count it. And she'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line. Leah Brown with a 3-point play opportunity.
And a chance to tie the game back up. Wolverines still down 33-34 with 2 minutes remaining here in this quarter. Suddenly, as it seems that nothing is coming up Wolverines, in mere moments it changes to everything coming up for this squad.
Leah Brown with 8 points, an opportunity for 9 on the day. Free throw is up and pure. Number 32's got 9 for Michigan in a tie ball game. 5 straight points for Leah Brown. Maddie Nolan guarding Shesky, switches on to Thompson, top of the key, Marissa, over to Camden on the near side wing, inside for Thompson. Thompson goes over the top, can't get it to go. Tough shot, well defended by Maddie Nolan.
Great
Leah
offensive
Brown
rebound
in
right
transition,
there.
looking to attack, pull up top of the key, Jay Ann hits it. Leah Brown is red hot. operating in that mid-range area with ease. She's so comfortable with those pull-up shots. Michigan's got a 2-point lead, 7 straight for Leah Brown.
7 straight for Leah Brown, scored over the course of 45 seconds, giving this Wolverine squad the lead again, almost stealing that pass.
Corner J for Shesky doesn't go. She misses from beyond the arc for the first time today. And transition, Leah Brown's picked off.
She saw Williams open down the court.
Tried to drop that pass in to Williamson. Alexa Williamson just couldn't quite hold on to it. And Michigan will regain possession up to 36-34, a minute 06 to play in the first half. But don't go anywhere at halftime. Charlie Brigham's going to hop on and break down that first half of play. We'll have you all set up for the second half. Layla Filia to Brown.
Such an interesting game of ups and downs.
Nice pass inside from Kaiser to Williamson, the high-low game in the post. Williamson can't get it to fall, and Filia throws it away, grabbing the offensive rebound. Marissa to Camden. Camden inside.
Getting a hand on the pass there.
And Cash can't quite hold on to it. There's a tie-up and possession arrow toward Michigan. Wolverines with 35 seconds to go will have the opportunity to extend their lead up to 36-34. Leah Brown.
30 seconds remaining here in this half.
Guarded by Marissa, flips it to Kaiser, inside to Cameron Williams. Cash hits the deck, and Williams can't get the layup to go. Cleans up her own miss and puts it up and in. Cameron Williams looked like she was surprised to be that open. Michigan comes away with the 2 regardless, 38-34.
That'll be Williams' first basket of the day.
And counting. McKenna Marissa with it, guarded by Filia at midcourt. Flips it to Shesky, guarded by Maddie Nolan. Probing baseline. And a whistle blows with 2.4 seconds to go. Maddie Nolan calls for the foul.
Wolverines up 38-34, excuse me.
First foul on Maddie Nolan. Michigan on a 9-0 run to end the first half here. 2.4 seconds to go. Penn State will inbound from the baseline. It's Thompson to inbound. Nowhere to go. They have to throw it up to Camden. Camden pump fakes, tough shot, nothing.
Tries to draw the foul there with the shot. Nothing going to it right there. That will be the end of the first half.
And just like that, Michigan with a 4-point lead, ending the first half on a 9-0 run. It was all Leah Brown to end that first half.
Some commotion happening on the court. I do believe they are going to call that shooting foul. No, it's going to be under further review. Telling players, coaches, assistants all to come back from the locker room.
And that was one of those plays where it looked like Camden was just trying to lean in for a foul to draw some kind of contact. So I would expect this to be ruled a clean play. Those would be 3 very free throws for Anna Camden if she was able to indeed draw the foul. So we get another look at this. Kaiser's feet
seems pretty clean.
And Camden clearly jumping into the defender.
Yeah.
The officials still at the monitor taking a peek. Our officiating crew today of Troy Golbayan, Angelica Suffren, and Tom Halid. We're going to take a look at this. And
it seems that they've made their decision.
Informing both benches, coaching staff. And looks like the officials are going to leave the ball at the scorer's table. Michigan heading to their locker room. Penn State does as well. That will conclude our first half of play. Michigan 38, Penn State 34. And we're going to have Charlie Brigham hop on to break down that first half of play. Charlie, thank you for hopping on the broadcast today.
Of course, Kelin. Always happy to hop on. Always happy to talk basketball.
So Charlie, you're here watching the game, what did you see in that first half of play? A game that was very back and forth and had a lot of ups and downs. Obviously, the main stars in that first half were Shea Chesky for Penn State, 15 points on a very efficient 6 of 9 from the field. And for Michigan, it was Leah Brown coming up big down the stretch. Layla Felia, Constance were out as well.
Well, obviously, coming into pretty much every game, every team has a star player that they're looking out for. On the side of Michigan, it's either Emily Kaiser, Leah Brown, Layla Felia. There's some variety there. But on the side of Penn State, it's McKenna Marissa all the way. Third leading scorer in the Big Ten, averaging over 18.5 points per game. Only Penn State player in the top 25 in scoring. But she's been quiet today. It's been spreading it around a little bit. But as you mentioned, Shea Chesky is having a career day. The freshman from Lancaster, New York, already has 15 in the first half. Her career high came back on November 21st, where she dropped 18 against Syracuse. But, I mean, she has been shooting the lights out. Usually about a 33% shooter from deep, shooting 75% from beyond the arc right now.
And she's fueled a really efficient first half of scoring for Penn State as a team. They're shooting over 50% from the field, 40% from beyond the arc. Now, I'd say that big drawback from the first half, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, Charlie, for Penn State, is they haven't been able to get to the free throw line. Only 3 attempts compared to Michigan's 13, the Wolverines being a lot more aggressive inside.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, obviously, it seems like common sense. You make shots, you win. But Michigan has really been missing those bunnies inside. I mean, we saw just a few moments ago, Cameron Williams was wide open. Her defender hit the hardwood, and she missed the wide open layup. Luckily, we was able to pick it up on the other side and put it back up and in. But those ones inside the restricted area, Michigan has missed 5 shots from within 5 feet today already. You need to clean those up as you go into the second half against a tough conference opponent like Penn State.
Absolutely, Charlie. Is there anything else you're looking out for in this second half of play? Any adjustments that you think either of these coaching staffs are going to look to make? Because Michigan, like we said, up 4 going into the second half, but they really haven't outshot the ball that well from the field, fueled by out-rebounding Penn State and those free throw attempts.
Yeah, obviously, if you're Michigan, just keep shooting. People like Maddie Nolan on the outside, they're going to fall. Just keep putting them up. 2 of 6 right now, hit 2 big ones in a row to kind of keep Michigan in it early. It's fallen a little bit quiet since, but just like I said, keep putting it up. The shots will fall. On the side of Penn State, you've got to keep doing the same thing. You're in this ball game right now. You led for a while because your shots were falling. If you're Michigan, just keep playing your defense. They're playing good defense. I mean, you go back to the first quarter, the buzzer beater 3 that Shea Chesky hit in the corner. That's a tough shot. That's a shot fake, sidestep into the corner, almost behind the backboard, and she drained it. If you're Michigan, you got to realize that they're not going to hit those all day long and just keep doing what you're doing. Because other than that, they're playing really good defense. The interior defense for Michigan has been fantastic so far.
And like you said, Penn State's hit a lot of difficult shots, and I think if you're Michigan, you go into the locker room here, and if you're KBA talking to your team, you say, hey, we live with a lot of those shots that they got up, because if you're playing a team, you're playing good defense, those shots aren't going to fall the majority of the time, and you just have to live with the process instead of the result. I think Michigan's got to be happy with a lot of their work on the defensive side of the ball, but they're definitely going to look to clean up some of their offensive mistakes in that first half. Charlie, Michigan's dealt with a lot of pressure from Penn State in that 3-quarter court and even 4th court pretty well. What do you think Penn State's going to look to do coming into the second half in terms of their pressure defensively?
See, I don't really think Penn State's going to change much of anything because they forced Michigan to make so many turnovers, but those turnovers are such an easy mistake to fix if you're Michigan. They're just trying to go too fast. We saw it against Ohio State. They had 28 turnovers the other day in a top 14 matchup. That could have been a huge game for Michigan to win. Would it propelled them forward into the top 10? But like I said, you just got to take your time. The long passes down the sideline are open, but you kind of got to reel it in. You can't always just go for that home run every time because that long pass, while it's there, that ball is in the air for a very, very long time. And high IQ players like McKenna Marissa are going to jump in front of that.
And we've seen Michigan convert it a couple of times. Maddie Nolan notably got one of those long passes and converted it for 2, but at the same time, like you said, McKenna Marissa's been able to pick off a couple of those as well. We've seen Leah Brown with her hands in her face, knowing that she's smarter than that and has to make better decisions. Charlie, is there anything else you want to talk about going into this second half? Or?
One interesting to look out for is that this game is almost a different basketball game depending on which side of the court you're playing on. There have been very few foul calls from all of the referees aside from referee Roy Golbian. He has called probably 75 or 80% of the fouls in this game. It seems like everything on his side is ticky-tack, where on the other side, they're just letting them play. Really interesting thing to look forward to and pay attention to going into that second half.
And that is why we have Charlie Brigham on to break down the first half of play. He notices the things that the average Bear does not. Charlie, thank you so much for hopping on to talk some basketball real quick. With that, we're going to leave everyone for a quick break, but we'll be back in about 7 or 8 minutes for the second half of play. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for tuning in to the first half of WCBN Sports Live coverage of Michigan women's basketball. We'll be back for the second half in just a few minutes. Hello and welcome back to WCBN Sports Live coverage of Michigan women's basketball. Tonight, this afternoon, it's Michigan and Penn State. Wolverines up 4 through one half of play. 38-34 is your score. My name's Kelin Flynn. Alongside me, Ryan Dolson. That was Charlie Brigham alongside me with a halftime coverage. Ryan, just before we get back to play here, what are some things you're looking for in the second half?
I definitely think a big key, as I was saying before we went live, I was saying Wolverine play definitely needs to start being a little bit more consistent. You saw so many scoring droughts and then big scoring runs by both teams, really.